So I think this is just a way to get more people towards your company, because in your mind saying, okay, we have a couple of features, the customer will be like, well, maybe they've decreased the price of the overall vehicle, and if you want some features, you can have them or not, right? The vehicle is going to be cheaper. In your mind, you're thinking, maybe it's not even that. Maybe it's the same price that it was last year. It's the same vehicle, it's the same price.
Yes.
Now they're just adding subscription so you can pay more.
Right, but I understand his point though. You go and buy an Escalade, and
You want the heated and cooled seats in the
You're not going to care. Right? You're going to be like, oh, well,
but Escalade is going to be expensive as is.
True.
So
okay,
for them not to include those features on a vehicle, they're going to spend $100K or more.
Do they have the option to just skip the subscription just to pay the extra money?
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it, but
I don't know what that difference is, if it is.
Besides, has any brand started this with in going deep in it? Like we're talking about heated seats, cooled seats.
Going on that, I actually do have some cases. We
Okay.
can go through them and see. Okay, does it make sense or not?
Okay, let's talk, because I understand like the OnStar. That's a you want it or not.
Yeah.
Or the Sirius
and
XM
I understand
radio,
that.
right?
Sure. Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Sirius, Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
OnStar. That's a.
For some people, it makes sense. For some, it doesn't. Yes, but because even in my Mazda 650, they gave me a 6 months free to have access to the app, right? To be able to start your car. Which
See, that's what I don't agree with.
I don't
Now-
agree with that either.
No,
Because-
I like the having the app and seeing everything on there. You know, lock the doors and all that. See the mileage, see the maintenance, see the tire pressures, all that. Okay, it's cool, it's fine. It can be up to the person who.
See, but that's
But not the remote.
correct,
auto
not the
start.
remote start, and that's what. And I like, because the Ford that I own, it's a 2022, right? So I'm done with the lease. It's been past 2 years. I still have access to seeing my tire pressures,
Right.
seeing the mileage, if I need to get an oil change, and I can start the car, lock it and unlock it, all within
because
the free
it's
app.
because it's free.
Right, within the free app.
because
but
it's-
other
it's the free
companies
app,
have that
yes.
same app,
Yes.
but you need to pay for it after a certain amount of time.
Honda does have the app with a payment, but they still offer you the remote auto starts through the key fob. So that I'm happy with. Okay, I don't want the app. I don't want that extra stuff.
I have the key fob. I have that feature on the key fob.
All I care about is to start doing the winter in my house, so I don't have to step outside to warm up my car. Okay, Mazda even removed that portion from the key fob
From
at
the
all.
key- oh,
they
that-
removed it from the key fob. They removed it from the key fob. They added it in the app. And even if you talk to them, it's like, okay, but can I add the key fob? I'll pay for it. Whatever the key fob is, I don't know, $300, $400, whatever. I'll pay for it, but I want to have it in the key fob. And I said, no, you cannot do it. If you want to, you can do it in the aftermarket part, but it's going to be up to you if you mess up with something else and you're not supposed
Yeah,
to
to
mess
avoid
up.
the
You're going to be a lot.
warranty.
Yeah, but obviously you're going to
So
avoid
you
the
have
warranty.
to add a aftermarket remote start
Yes,
system.
we cannot do it, he said. You can go somewhere else and do it. Obviously, it's not a hard thing to do. But
see,
you're
that's
going to have to be
like-
cautious, because if something happens, obviously the key fob has
Right.
nothing to do with the other parts of the car. But still,
But in
You
this
know.
day and age, though, like that a remote start on your key fob should be the base. Like the 2018 that I'm driving right now, that has the remote start on the key fob.
I know it's
All Fords
it's
have
a
it.
technology that it's not new, and you're acting like, oh, it's brand new, so you got to pay for it to have
Yeah.
the privilege to use it.
Yeah.
It's an old technology.
Right.
Now you're making it like it's a privilege. So I mean, it's $10 a month, the Mazda app. So it's not a crazy thing to.
That's $120 a year.
But yes, for what? For just so you
For-
can be able to turn on your car in the winter for those 3 months of winter.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't know exactly why they're doing it. It might be, as I said, might be a way of kind of like analyzing the public, seeing what they features, what do they want more in their cars, so they can add it into the next generations, and what to remove in the next generation. It might be like a study. They might drop this, the subscription feature thing, in a few years, because if they see that people are irritated, they don't really like it. I mean, people are already irritated.
They can do the study
Yeah.
now. People are irritated.
People are
at that
already
feature.
irritated.
It
Yes.
should, but they should also compete with other brands.
If somebody does it,
If somebody does
other
it for
brands
free,
are-
you need to
Yeah,
have
yeah,
it for free. If
yes.
you're going to
But-
compete with them.
but that's the point. They're changing it. Everybody had it for free. Not everybody is starting to charge for it. So now the companies are trying to match everybody who's trying to charge because they're like, hey, well, he's charging. Why am I not supposed to charge and make more money?
Not really. It's also bringing a lot of
Customers,
customers,
keeping the
yeah.
customer base that is unsatisfied with the rest.
Yep.
I understand, but for most companies, it's going to be the number one of the business is maximize your profits.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sure, but you can also maximize your profits by bringing
being
new
ethical.
customers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
There's those things like, yeah, you don't think it's that big of a deal, but when it comes time to it, like when it comes down to it, that would be, for me, for example, that would be a make or break portion.
Yeah, it could be. I could see that in a lot of clients would be, oh no, I'm sorry, but I'm going to the other guy
Yeah.
who actually
Like,
has it for free.
Personally speaking, even though like another car would be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 more, that feature would kind of deter me from, even though if I add the feature to it, it's going to be cheaper overall, it would deter me from buying the car.
Yeah.
If I add the feature, like the aftermarket remote start.
So BMW, okay, a drive recorder feature costs $149 for the lifetime of the vehicle, or $39 per year, which seems a little bit too much expensive.
$40 a year.
Well, no, yeah, $39 a year. That's not bad actually, because
to record your drives.
Yes,
like a camera
traffic camera information is available for $25 a year.
But that's that one feature. What else do they charge for? Because they all add up.
This is one specific feature.
Right.
So the point is, do we think it makes sense, or do we think it's actually not something worth it?
I would say it's not worth it after you add everything else they're going to charge you for.
Also, why would you pay for this when you can just install a dash cam? I don't understand.
Or that.
I mean, the traffic cam, okay. If you're like in a state or in a city it has a lot of traffic cameras, okay, you could even that. What would you? What's the point of that? You know.
So the BMW has a camera that will act as a dash cam,
Yes.
and it's $150 if you
For the
wanna-
lifetime.
For lifetime.
Or you pay $39 a year. So basically, if
Doesn't make sense.
you're planning to keep your car for more than 5 years, it's worth it for you to pay for the lifetime rather than just the yearly one.
But even if
Even if I don't keep, I'll just pay 150.
just pay the $150 and you have a dash cam at
that's
all
what
times.
that's what it makes
Yeah.
sense.
I think that's what they're trying to do is just
Yes.
get you to buy that $150.
The lifetime. So
'cause
basically,
a dash cam, a good dash cam is going to run you over $100 anyway.
Yeah, it goes $100 to $200. So I don't think it's a bad thing, considering the price of the dash cams.
Yeah.
$150 for the lifetime.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how the specifics are going to be if you decide to sell your car.
Yeah.
Like how the other person's going to have access. Maybe.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Like, does the
Maybe
other
it's with an
person have?
account.
Does
So-
the other person have to pay $150, or does that go into the new owner because I
Yeah.
already paid for it?
So it depends. If it's with an account and you have access to that account, maybe you give up your account and the other person uses the same code. I don't know. How would you have access to the videos? But
That's the questions we should be asking.
But the price is not bad though.
No,
150.
no,
It just
not bad.
consider like you're installing a dash cam in your car.
Correct.
Ford, buyers can use the Blue Cruise highway hands-free driving system free for 90 days, then keep it activated for $495 a year or $49.99 a month.
See, that feature I kind of agree on the subscription based, and here's my reasoning for it.
They can also pay a one-time fee of $2,495 for the service at the time of the vehicle order, or they can pay $495 at the time of order for a year, starting with the 2025 model.
So here's why I agree with that. If you want to use that feature, because that feature is ever learning and all these new technologies that are going to be added into the self-driving feature, because that's a software that can be updated and upgraded with new information and new safety systems and better ways to track it and things like that, right? So the companies themselves are spending a lot of money on this research portion to make that self-driving feature available, like the Blue Cruise for the highways.
But here's my question. It also have to depend on how often you're using that service.
Right.
Because you're paying $500 a year.
I had it for 3 months.
Okay.
Blue Cruise. Well,
How
became
often
free.
did you use it?
But that's what I'm saying. I was very hesitant to buy it, to sign up for it, but I can agree and disagree with what you were saying, Normal, because depending on how much highway
Correct.
driving
Yeah.
you're doing, I didn't really see it as, okay, sure, it drives itself in the highway. In some occasions, it actually helped me when I felt very tired, even though it requires for you to
You have
look at
to,
the road.
Yeah, you have to look at the road. at the time.
But I don't personally, I don't do that much highway driving to where that subscription was worth it
Okay.
for me. So
I still don't think that people trust enough that thing to be like, oh, I'm gonna put it on self-cruise all the time.
You'll be
so.
surprised how much you start to trust it.
Once you like,
So how
Once
does
you've had
it
that
exactly
experience.
work? You put the destination and it just starts driving?
No, so basically, even if you don't put a destination,
Okay.
you just activate it, and it basically drives itself until you take control again. So let's say you need to get off an exit,
Mm-hmm.
a certain exit. You just take control, and you can get off the exit. If you
Okay,
want to
but
change lane,
I'm sorry, but what's the difference then between just lane assist and speed?
you remove your feet from any pedals, your hands from the steering wheel. You just sit there and just look straight.
lane keep assist, you have to
Still
have-
keep your hands on the
Hands
wheel.
on the wheel.
Correct.
Yes.
Hands on the
You
wheel.
don't have to do anything with it, but you just got to keep your hands on the wheel.
Well, you kind of have to move
Yeah,
it a little
so
bit.
Lane keep assist, if it's a very long curve in the highway,
Mm-hmm.
and we do have some around here, it tends to go a little too far to the left or to the right, and it'll jerk you when it's trying to reach it.
Right.
Depending on
I'm saying because
the
my
manufacturer.
Honda has the lane assist and the speed.
adaptive cruise control.
Adaptive cruise control, right? If I go too close to a car, it will start breaking down. If I go, you you set up a speed, you set up a length,
Yeah.
a
Right,
distance.
But once it comes to stop, it doesn't start going again.
It does.
Until you hit. You
It
have
does.
to hit the.
I
the
do not
gas.
have to do anything. It does. Actually, I can also remove my feet out of the gas pedal and the brake pedal. I don't do anything, but yes, I do have to keep my hands on the wheel because after a couple of seconds, that the car actually recognizes that you don't have your hands on the wheels. It tells you, please keep your hands on the wheels. But I don't do any actually driving. I'm just
So,
putting my hands on it.
Yes, it does.
To like prevent
And
if
that,
anything happens.
like
Yeah.
my F-150 has what you're saying, and that was also another reason why I didn't feel like I should get the Blue Cruise.
Right. I mean, obviously, it must be an upgrade. I'm not
No,
saying
it,
that.
it was nice, but again, it's not. The features that you just mentioned are not far off. So
And I guess this one is pretty much the same. GM Super Cruise, which is 2,200 up front for 3 years for any Chevy and GMC vehicles, and 2,500 for Cadillacs, which is like $25 a month or $250 a year. It's pretty.
That's not bad.
It's a lot cheaper than the Ford. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's not the same system. It's not the same thing.
I think Super Cruise is exactly the same.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, even because I remember somebody told me that the GM version of the Super Cruise, when it was first launched in the high-level Cadillacs, the high-level CT6 and the most upgraded Escalade, that feature you could, if the driver, for example, fell asleep and he was not able to get woken up
Okay.
by all the warnings that the car gave you, it would automatically turn on the hazards and pull itself to the side.
Yes, I've seen that one. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a very good safety feature, obviously. Yeah.
And adaptive cruise control obviously won't do that.
Do you think they're gonna do that on trucks?
they on
'Cause
semi
it's-
trucks.
yeah, so the driver doesn't fall
They've
asleep.
already
They've
started.
already
Yeah?
started that. Yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking that was where you should put it the most because they drive for long hours, driving during the night. So
They've already started that.
okay.
yeah.
Okay, well, I got another one because we're at our limit here. Two more. Tesla, one-time payment of $12,000 or $200 per month. New owners get access to its full self-driving system.
Right. So that's an upgrade to even the Blue Cruise and the Super Cruise, right? Because in Teslas, I think you don't even have to look at the road.
You don't have to do anything, basically. You just set up the destination.
You set your destination and it'll take you there.
So basically, from the price of the vehicle plus $12,000, and you get that.
Yeah, and you don't. You basically you're a passenger in your own car.
Yeah.
I mean, that's personally, I think that's a good feature to have. But like, what's the point? Like, what's the point of being a passenger in your own car?
If you're tired, if you don't feel like driving.
Right. Yeah. Ooh.
I like driving. Though.
Can you do that when you're drunk?
You can.
Are you gonna be pulled over and like
you're
giving you a DUI from the police because you'd be like, I wasn't driving? That's a
You're
question.
behind the wheel
driver's
still.
seat, though. You're behind the wheel. You have access to the keys,
Do you still get a?
and you're still in the driver's seat.
You
But
still
are
get a
you-
DUI and get arrested.
But are you gonna get caught though?
Wow.
Because the car is driving and it's driving
okay.
normal.
You're saying it okay, but
It's following the speed limit. It's not
Let's do it.
swerving.
Autopilot.
I understand. Yes.
Unless the
But the
cops
cop-
see you.
Well, get some,
Your head is moving like.
well, get
this.
some tete windows. So.
No, that's a good point, but I mean, let's just say it's the
In
middle
no
of the
way, shape, or
night.
form, we are condoning drunk driving.
Yeah, we're not. We're just
we're
saying
not.
that's a crazy scenario.
We're not, but
Okay.
I think chances are slim to none of you getting pulled over if your car is driving normal.
Yes, you're gonna be like, listen, Mr. Policeman, I had all things here okay.
I was
You
in the
pulled
back.
me over for no reason. This stop is not legal.
So if you do get pulled over, just jump in the bag.
I don't know. I'm just somebody dropped me here. All right, well, last one to close it. It's from Toyota. It costs $80 a year, $8 a month for remote start. I mean, we kind of went over this.
I think remote start should come. If you have a remote start feature,
it should
just
come
put
with
it
the
on.
Yeah.
it should come with the vehicle. You're paying so much money for a vehicle, and come on now, you cannot do this small thing for. But okay, all right. That was some.
Actually, sorry, just kind of backing up
Yes.
a little bit. My friend had a Ford Escape. He did not have the remote start on his key fob, but he did have access to the app
What year?
for free. 22, 23.
Weird.
Well, they give you access to the app.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they were trying to save on the remotes, like the parts.
Possibly, yeah, at the time.
Yeah.
So that because Ford also removed the buttons, the password at the door.
Really?
Yeah, my truck doesn't have it now.
That's not a feature anymore?
It is, but you have to pay extra to get.
So
that. It's not going to be.
How would it work before? You just put the passcode and you open the doors?
You can leave the keys. Yeah, you can leave the keys in the car, especially when you go on.
But I thought that if you leave the keys inside of the car wouldn't lock itself.
It won't, unless you lock it
Yeah.
with the keypad.
Ah, okay, makes sense now. Okay.
The only
But
way you can lock it is with the keypad.
that
You can
was-
unlock it with another key fob.
Got it.
that was a built-in feature with all Ford cars. They
Yes.
have a patent on
My
it.
Yes.
Explorer has it.
Yeah, but now they removed it because not a whole lot of people used it. They
Did
said.
you? Yeah. Did you use it?
Honestly, I used it a lot when it was my second car that I bought, but it was a Mercury. I used it a lot then. Younger, go to parties and
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
didn't.
I would say if you don't want to lose your keys,
Yeah,
you just leave them inside and
yeah,
you lock it.
yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if you're going on like an amusement park. type.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't want anything in your pocket.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, makes. Yeah, I think that's a good feature. I don't know.
It
Oh,
is.
it's a great feature.
but
Yeah.
it's patented by Ford. Nobody else can use it. So.
Okay. Well, there was some nice discussion. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for having us again.
Thank
you
you
for having us again.
for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.